Today, I want to speak to you about the power of writing what you must do, what we must do. The power to write what we must do. Yes, let's go back in time, the primordial days of humanity. A question that most probably you never asked yourself. When did humans start writing? When? Because humans started writing way before any school was ever invented. Humans started writing most probably close to when they learned about fire or tools. Why? Humans started to write or express any language or alphabet that they were using. Many used images before creating an alphabet. They started to write because of the need to express themselves. Not because they couldn't express themselves in another way. Humans always spoke, even before writing. If humans always spoke, why do they write? Isn't it enough to speak? Well, we write for the need to express ourselves, to take from within us what we think or feel, to externalize what we have within, and also to express ourselves in a more permanent way, because what I'm telling you today, if you don't record, if you don't have a recording of this, it's over. What I told a person 10 years ago or last week, if that was not written down or registered somehow, was just between me and them. And what do we lean on? On our memory. And memories can fail. Am I right? How often do couples fight? Because one remembers an episode in a certain way and the other remembers from another perspective. And the discussion ends like this. No, you didn't say this. No, you said this or that. Yes, but when there is proof, a recording, then there's no mistake, right? Writing also became a way to register, to remember what we said or agreed on. So writing became something very needed for humans. It has always been like this and it will always be. And the need only increases. Today, they don't write with pens, they write with their mobile phones, but still, it is a way to express physically what they think, what they feel, what they decided, what they are communicating to others. Then you understand why humans developed writing. Now, something that is rarely used is the power to write to yourself. Because when we write something, usually we write to someone, to another person. The students write in school their coursework, their homework to present to their teacher. We type it down or write it down, an email, a letter to someone. A person writes a book for others to read. But there's a writing that is not a kind of communication to others, but a communication to ourselves. There is power to write to ourselves. When you write, for example, you start to write a list of the things you must do, automatically, what do you provoke? Those who use lists or any kind of system, application, something to remind you of your tasks. when you start putting on paper or typing it down what you must do, automatically you create a focus. You start to focus on these things. You start to organize your thoughts, right? Immediately after making a list, it's not necessarily organized, but everything you wrote, your worries, your concerns, your tasks, things that keep you awake during the night, something that someone else told you and you wrote it down in a piece of paper, or you forgot to take note of that, you put all together. It's a tally of things, tasks you must do, projects, quick things, things that will take a lot of time, others that you only do it in 5, 10 years from now. But when you write this list for yourself, then you create focus. You take from your mind those voices, those worries, that uneasiness that you are forgetting something. Oh, I should do this or that, I cannot forget. Then you trust in your memory, and then your memory fails you. But when you write somewhere that you know is there, then your memory rests. I know where it is written. I just need to look at it. Then you take a weight from your memory. The uneasiness is removed. You focus on what you must do. And at the same time, you help your brain to do what it was created to do. What was our brain created to do? Our brain was created to solve problems, to create, mainly to create, and not to remember the milk I must buy and bring home at night. The brain was created to solve problems and to create solutions, to create new things, positive things. And when it receives a task, then it is very good in looking for a solution for that task. So the power of writing to yourself, it is an underrated skill. And the most successful people, they use this a lot. One of the main reasons for them to be very successful is precisely this. And others, they don't, because they simply go on with their lives as they hear, by what they listen. But I challenge you. A challenge that is a challenge because for many, to sit in silence, and to disconnect from everything around you and to think, it is a challenge. By the way, the fast of Daniel is coming precisely to help us to combat this sound pollution, this pollution of information that bombard our minds and steal from us our power of focusing, of creation, of solving problems, of imagining. The fast of Daniel, it is a detox from information, distractions. They steal from us productive time. If you want to learn more about how to do the fast of Daniel, you just need to access page jejumdedaniel.com, and there you will find more information. There's a video that explains what it is about, and then you can decide whether to do this fast for 21 days. We will do this fast of Daniel in the last 21 days of 2025, the last 21 days of the year, beginning on the 10th of December until the 31st. If you want to do it with us, then access jejumdedaniel.com for you to learn how to do it, and then you may decide if you whether do it or not. So for many, it is a challenge to sit in silence, to close the door of their room or office, and with a paper and a pen. And I advise you to start with a paper and a pen, though later you may transfer that to your favorite gadget, but for you to sit with a paper and a pen and to start thinking, what must I organize in my life? What are the things I must solve? Start making a list, an inventory, everything you must do. I need to change that light bulb. Write down on a paper. I need to visit my family. Write that down. I need to call that company that I'm owing them money and they are charging me interest and I want to negotiate the debt. Write everything down. I need to go to the doctor. I need to tidy up my room. I need to donate my old clothes that I'm not wearing anymore. See everything you must do. Write everything down. I need to fix myself with God in regard to this. I need to ask for forgiveness to so-and-so. I need to be less emotive. Put everything you need to change. I want to be less emotive and more rational. I want to be more controlled. I don't want to be a loose cannon anymore, anxious. Write everything you want and need down. It doesn't matter how long this list will be. 1 page, 10 pages, it doesn't matter. After doing it, emptying your mind, later you can go back to this list. Maybe you won't be able to write it down everything, and it's natural for one thing to lead to another, and you add more things to this list, but what matters is for you to remove this from you. Remove this from you. And later, with this list out of you, you will read each topic and you'll make your choices. What will I do out of this list? Start with the easiest one, the most simple one. Go and do it. And then, one of the strongest powers that comes from making a list, after making this to-do list, tick the item you completed. And then you say to yourself, what is the next point? Make this a daily habit. Start your day looking at your list. Don't be threatened by the length of the list. There will be things you only be able to do later or on the weekend or now. Leave it there. And time to time, you revisit the list. And like this, you will start to structure and organize your life. And you will like it. Soon, you will notice that you realized more in 1 month than in 10 years of your life. All you wrote down to yourself. Use the power that the Word of God reveals to us. And what is the Word of God if not the Lord speaking to His servants? Write what I'm telling you down. Write it down. Write the vision, what the Spirit is telling you. Write my words in the tablets of your heart. Write them down. Dear friends, there is power in writing it down what we want to do. There is power in writing to ourselves. Don't diminish yourself. Don't disregard the simplicity of it. Put into practice, and I'm certain that if you do it consistently, you will never again stop doing what you must, and you will become a person who is way more successful. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.